And Okhotsk, from now, I'd like to explain the Okhotsk period. So already, Kato Sensei explained this from 5th or 4th to 12th or 10th century AD, the prehistoric Okhotsk culture was distributed about Sakhalin and Okhotsk Sea coast of Okhotsk and Kuril Islands. Many sites are discovered, and human remains also recovered from these sites. People of the Okhotsk culture are believed to have developed a considerable maritime infrastructure, and their cultural remains were different from those of native peoples in Hokkaido. Sea mammal hunting and fishing. Research history. Modern investigation into the Okhotsk began. Professor Shogoro Tsuboi of the University of Tokyo excavated some bone artifacts from the Susuya shell mounds in Sakhalin in 1907. And next, Professor Kenji Kiyono of Kyoto University recovered several human skeletal remains at the same shell mound in 1924. The Ain left side, the Okhotsk right side. Ain had a short face, but Okhotsk had long face and big face and flat face. First study on the Ain skull. Do you know him? Him? Do you know? Mm-hmm. Who?
I couldn't tell you, but I recognize the picture.
This is George Basque, an English people. He described the Ain skull in 1867. So European people were very interested in Ainu people. So they collected those skulls. Maybe these skulls are now in the Natural History Museum in London. Why? Because you can see the who. Do you know him? The famous American anthropologist, W. Howells. He already died, maybe. Well, he was a professor of the Harvard University. So he insisted the Ainu people was the Caucasian. So European people or American people very interested in the Ainu people. So he measured the Ainu skulls housed in Hokkaido University and published in Cranial Barbation in Man in 1973. So please refer the paper, his paper. But nowadays, the Ainu people are one of the East Asian people. This is published in 2012. This is a nuclear genome analysis. This is Chinese. Red one is Chinese. Yellow one is mainland Japanese. Green one is Ryukyus peoples. And blue one is the Ainu people. So the Ainu people are very diverse, but generally clustered in East Asian peoples, not European peoples. And from 1999, I and Professor Kato Sensei investigated Okhotsk culture. This is Eugene-Sakhalin. This is the capital in the Sakhalin Islands. Do you know him? Do you know him? This is Lenin in the former Soviet Union. This is Susuya Shell Mound in the Sakhalin Islands. This is Professor Kato. He was a graduate student in that time. We investigated skull and potteries and stone tools. This is Moyo Shell Mound, one of the famous host culture remains, host cultures. This is located in the eastern part of Hokkaido, Abashiri City. When you have time, please visit. The Moyo Shell Mound, after World War II, many human skeletal remains were recovered at Moyo Shell Mound, Abashiri, Hokkaido. Professor Kodama was a professor of Hokkaido University. He pointed out that the marked high, low, and flat face of the Okhotsk people contrasted well with the low and prominent face of the Ain in Hokkaido. And Okhotsk people has features typical of so-called northern Mongols. For instance, generally large size, high face, flat nasal bone, large maxillae, and zygomatic bones. So Okhotsk people differ markedly in morphology from the Ain, he insisted. This left-sided epigeomon skull from Onkoroma, Wakari, northern part of Hokkaido. This is Omisaki skeleton from the Wakane, northern part of Hokkaido. The flat face, large face. This is a less flat face. I will show you the recent excavation. This is Menashi-Domari site. This is the Okhotsk coast. This is here, Menashi-Domari. In 1987, an adult male skull was excavated. This is in the pottery. Only half of the facial skeleton was preserved. And next, Shiretoko, this is eastern part of Hokkaido. This is Utoro here. This is Utoro Jinjayama site. We have excavated this site from the 1990 to 2008. Many human skeletons were recovered. Yes. The scars in the pottery. Lebanon Island, Hamanaka site. Professor Kato explained Rishi Islands, a very high mountain. This is Rishi Islands. You can climb this, maybe. Huh? Difficult. Oh, so. Oh, this is Lebanon Island, and this Hamanaka site is here, there. From 99 to 95 excavation here. As Professor Kato explained, in 1999, many immature skeletons were recovered. I think 8 skeletal remains were recovered from one area. This is skeleton baby somewhere. This is one of Urias, perinatal baby, small one, very small. This was an infant, only stone ornament was accompanied in the baby. in child, maybe 5 or 6 years old, was accompanied in the small pottery. Yes. So, hey, question? Yes.
Are these all Okhotsk period?
Huh?
Are these all Okhotsk?
Yes, Okhotsk. All of them. Now I'm saying the Okhotsk, only Okhotsk cultures. So, age at death estimation. Age estimation is fairly accurate for suburbs. So, you are students, so you can easily imagine from the tooth eruption. For example, milk tooth was erupted about 2 years old, and first molar erupted about 6 years old. So we can explain. This is mandible. This birth, 3 years, 6 years, first molar was erupted. That's from 1909 to 1997, 7 human skeletons were recovered. This was Professor Kato's. Oh, where? he was so young in that time. He was graduate.
About 20 years ago.
Eh? No, 25 years ago. Many human skeletal remains. This is a old one, oldest one of Okhotsk culture, toward the face, about 550 and or to 650 years AD. This is a female skeleton. Well recovered. The Hamanaka 2 site near the point of Nakatani point. She had severe dental wear and caused apical periodontitis, and next resulting the tooth fracture. Tooth was fractured. And adult male skeleton and facial skeleton is united. And this is abnormally large deposit of dental calculus, especially of the right upper second and third molars. This is the 2 dental calculus. But generally, the Okhotsk people had a large deposit of dental calculus. During 94 to 99, National Museum of the Japanese History, Chiba, executed a research excavation at Hamanaka-2 site. This is the Professor Takao Sato of Keio University. Now he is a professor of Keio University. He will come to Hamanaka site. Yes, he is a professor of zoo archaeology. This is adult male skeleton was recovered at that time. This is the bone arrowhead from the bird skeleton, maybe. I don't know. I don't like the animal bone. I don't know. This is at that time. And he had also severe dental wear caused apical periodontitis like that. And also, he had complexion fracture affected 12th and second, lumbar vertebra. This is compression fractures. I think maybe it's using caused by snowboard or something, but zoo archaeologists denied my opinion because no osteoarthritis in the dog remains. So they didn't believe it. So this next one is humans, female skeleton, like that. And third one is infant.
Excuse me. And let me explain additional information about human skeletons. And as you see in the many slides, the preservation condition is very good in Raven Island, and in most of the areas in Honshu Island or the main island of Japan is not so good for that condition, because that's the Hamanaka site and the archaeological site in Raven Island is rich for shells and animal bones and such kind of alkaline, sandy condition protects the human bones or the animal bones to disappearing in the soil. And so please look forward to find new human remains such a good conditions. It's very rare, mostly in Japan.
Very good question. At first, maybe you can find top of skull at first, because it's the most highest part. So there, many students mistook it was stone. So, and for
your information, I forgot introducing him before this lecture, and he is the team leader of Japanese side physical anthropology team, and as he mentioned, he is from Okinawa Island University and very far from Hokkaido in the southernmost part of Japan, but he has examined the Okhotsk period human remains for a long time, because he was previously worked for the Sapporo Medical University in here, Sapporo City, and after that he moved to the Okinawa from here, and actually he is my ex-boss during my university days in Ryukyus University as an assistant professor, and he got many big funds for anthropological research, and that enabled us, or especially young physical anthropologists, to examine many human remains so far and making many publishing, many academic papers so far. And unfortunately, he cannot come to Raven Island for this season. But he got much information about the Okhotsk human remains.